Hey yo, what's up everybody? This is your boy Thirsty Jack, and this is another installment of Thirsty for Wrestling. And the gameplay I'm going to show you right now is WWE 2K17, and it's for the PS4. And this topic I'm going to discuss, or I should say what motivated me to pick this topic, is something I saw on Raw. And last night I see this little girl, or little kid, hold up the sign say, Enzo is not a jobber. And this kid is very smart, and he knows, or he or she knows what's going on and see what's happening to Enzo. So that's what they're doing right now with Enzo. They're making Enzo a jobber. And this what we're talking about is what they're doing wrong with Enzo, and it will lead to big disaster down the road. I'm a big fan of Enzo and Big Cass during their early run in NXT. That was back in the day. There was no WWE network. The only way you could watch NXT during that time period was through either Hulu or YouTube or WWE.com. That's the only way you could watch these guys. And looking back, they came a long way. I mean, like Enzo, they had no beard. He just looked, just different, just hella different. But seeing these guys do NXT, and for a minute I thought these guys were gonna walk away as the NXT Tag Team Champion, but they didn't. They did not win the Tag Team title, moving to a main roster, still haven't not win the Tag Team title. They earned a Tag Team title shot in NXT and the main roster, but have not earned them. But with that being said, there was so many, backstage heat on Enzo during that time. Of course, him bragging about how much money he making from WWE, how much money he making through, hip hop, and just being annoying, including being kicked out from Roman Reigns tour bus. And not only that, what made it worse was Enzo gave out most powerful, maybe probably the best promo I've seen for this year, when he wanted to defeat Big Cass, and that was before Great Balls of Fire, and give out a great speech. And when I look at him, I'm like, this guy's gonna be a great single competitor. And sure enough, for Great Balls of Fire, he got squashed. I mean, not even a single comeback, and that was the worst decision that WWE ever made. And still, he getting destroyed, getting squashed, being defeated. Everything you can name of, Enzo cannot catch a big break. And that's what WWE's biggest problem right now is, not pushing Enzo. Because Enzo is great with the kids and the adults and everybody else, and they know and they see that he's 100% real. He's the real dude from through and throughout, and there's no fakeness about him. Unlike John Cena, but with Enzo, he is about that life. He is that dude. And sometimes I'm wondering why WWE split them up. Why, break them up. And I'm starting to figure out that Vince McMahon like big guys. Like Big Cass getting a big push, but I don't see him as a main event guy. If they stick together as a team and take some page out of Ring of Honor. Prime example why I mentioned about that is, look at the Briscoe brothers. When Jay and Mark want to go single, pursue their single competition, they didn't break them up. They take a little break, go pursue for the title shot. Jay go for the World Championship, and Mark gunning for the TV title. But they still work together as a team, gunning for the tag team title, or sometimes take the break, go for the single title. Same thing with the Red Dragons. Bobby Fish, he was going for the TV title, and Kyle O'Reilly was going for the World Heavyweight Championship. WWE is so stupid, they couldn't do that. They had to break up the American Alpha, and they had to break up Enzo and Cass. But for this situation with Enzo and Cass, is they put all this focus on Big Cass and a little less on Enzo, in which with the storyline with Enzo and Big Cass, it looked like a big waste. And to my opinion, if they want to have a big payoff, they should have done it on SummerSlam, not Big Cass versus Big Show, because it doesn't make any sense. It should be Enzo versus Big Cass in a street fight, as I show you right now in this gameplay. But back to Enzo, Enzo, he got mic skill. Can you wrestle? He's kind of like a scrappy brawler. He's kind of like, I would say I could compare him to an earlier John Cena during his early stage of the basic thugonomics character when he was teaming up with Boo Buchanan or B2 back in the day, long time ago. But he could wrestle if they let him, and he could put up a good match if the WWE let them. But WWE major problem is they want to push big guys. They want to push big cast. I guess the reason why they do that because during that time when Enzo was out with an injury with a concussion, big cast got spotlight. He got microphone skill, in which it could have been a little bit better. It feel he's still a little bit green, but he can wrestle a little bit. Great for the big guy, but push him as a main event guy is way too fast. Of course, he could go for the Intercontinental Championship, which I don't mind, but or even at least having a damn tag team title with with Enzo. But that's WWE logic. They don't have none. But with I can't say big cats, but with Enzo, when I see him, he looked like he could run for the Intercontinental Championship, build him up to a main event status, and have him win the Universal title, or if he get traded to SmackDown, become the WWE champion, or win the Money in the Bank. But that's all fantasy. But reality is, they might think about sending him back to NXT or put him on 205 Live. And for those two options, it may not be working right, or it wouldn't work. Because if you send him back to NXT is way too stacked. Because right now they're moving forward, and sending him back to NXT is kind of like going backwards. I understand that Natalia, she did before, she going back to NXT, and other certain superstars they did before, because their main roster is now pushing them right, and at the time NXT hit their peak. But with this situation, NXT they hit their peak already, and they're moving to a new direction. But sending Enzo back to NXT, it may look good on a paper, but are we going to see him as a next NXT guy or main event guy, or we going to see him NXT champion down the road? Those kind of pretty much questionable. If you send him to 205 Live, like, let's be real, 205 Live was dead since the first episode. When, trust me and my brother BZ, we had the first show at the Columbia show for the 205 Live after SmackDown. That show was deader than The Walking Dead. They were like dead. That's how bad it was. It was like half empty. But with Enzo being a 205 Live, it would be a waste of opportunity and a waste of time. And plus, him going for the Cruiserweight title, he doesn't fit as a Cruiserweight. And he doesn't look like a Cruiserweight, to be honest. You know, it might work in GFW or Ring of Honor or Lucha Underground, of course, but at a 205 Live, it'd be a toss-away moment. It'll be a toss-away talent, and eventually Enzo will feel frustrated and he will leave. And plus, that will be the worst mistake they will ever have, because you got a good guy who can cut a great promo, and the kids love him and the guys love him, everybody love him. But if they keep on doing this route or take him to a wrong direction because we did in the backstage, or he keep on annoying people, you gonna make a dumb mistake of maybe push him to release from WWE, and down the road, in 60 days or 90 days later, you will see Enzo becoming the damn world heavyweight champion. Don't believe me? Go ask Cody Rhodes. He went from Stardust to the member of the Bullet Club and become the Ring of Honor champion. Don't believe me? Go ask EC3. He went from Derek Bateman in NXT to EC3 to become the TNA World Champion, and now he's the current Impact Grand Champion. What I'm saying is, I think they should push Enzo in the right direction. I don't know when they're going to do that. Most likely after SummerSlam, with the whole debacle with him and Big Cass feud. he deserved a push. I mean, he deserved to get a title shot for the Intercontinental Championship, or even move to SmackDown. Maybe he could be a great person to get for the U.S. title down the road, and maybe build him up from there. Because whatever he did in the backstage, he deserved a second chance, and that's the way I see that. But WWE is so stubborn, they weren't able to do that. They just see him as a jobber, and us fans, we see through the bull from them. We see that. We see what they're doing to him. It is not right. And not only that, there was one news report that Big Cass cut a promo when he turned heel. He showed some little bit of frustration, like that's kind of like a real shoot promo. So I understand that, but you're messing with the man's career. And of course, we ain't perfect, but messing with the man's career and us fans seeing that is not right, and that's not best for business. For that being said, I think Big Enzo, I keep on saying Big Cass, Enzo deserved to push the right way. Give him a second chance. They gave Randy Orton a couple of chances after he talked all that mess about the Indies. Okay, I take the back. They kind of punish him, just take the belt off him. But I think Enzo deserved a big chance, deserve a second chance. Shoot, give him a push. The fans see him as a champion, either an Intercontinental champion or hell, maybe a Universal champion down the road. But what they're doing with him is not right. It's terribly wrong, and I didn't like that at all. And pretty much I hate it because Enzo can cut a great promo like there's no other. And for his Big Cass, I don't see him as a big main event. I think he is same boat, but they just wasting their time with this stupid storyline with him, Big Cass, and Big Show. It's just a big throwaway story that the fans that barely care or give 2 cents about it. So pretty much Enzo is not a jobber, and I can see that, and the fans see that as well. Well, that's my topic about Enzo. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to leave a comment. Hope you guys click the like button, hit the notification button, hit the subscribe to my channel, and until then, I see you guys next time.
Here's your winner, Enzo Amore.
Big pinfall victory here tonight.
That's a big win right there. Anytime you pin another WWE competitor's shoulder to the mat for the 3 count, you should be proud.
No surprise there. That was exactly what we expected when the match was announced for SummerSlam.
What an incredible effort all around.